Hello everyone, this is Al, Red Sox fan, coming to you from Al, Red Sox fan YouTube channel. Hope all is well. We're going to bring you some more Pro Strategy Football 2023, continue with our all-time franchise tournament. The game on the slate tonight, all-time New York Giants, all-time Minnesota Vikings. We'd like to thank Lee Biner, who created this wonderful season file, part of the Pro Strategy Football community. Thank you very much. Pro Strategy Football can be purchased on Steam for just over $20. That includes tax. Every season is free, created by the mod community, such as Lee Biner and Mike in the Truck and a few others. And there's fictional seasons created by some really creative folks. Very fun game. I enjoy it. Check it out. This is PC versus PC. I am just calling the game. Midlife Crisis has joined us here in Minnesota for this. You win, you're in. You lose, you go home. He says Tarkenton versus Tarkenton. No. Eli Manning versus Tarkenton. Let's quickly scout these teams. We will start with the New York Giants. They're the visiting team. Head coach Bill Parcells favors the running game. Actually, let's go back a bit. Let's go to team ratings. Overall, the New York Giants, 76 out of 99. Offensively, 78. Defensively, 82. Special teams lacking there, 62. Again, their coach is Bill Parcells. Coaching style balanced, takes typical risks, favors the running game. They'll rotate the backs. Favors a 3-4. They'll bounce between man and zone. Now to the offense. Eli Manning's the starting quarterback. The other quarterbacks, Charlie Connerly, Phil Simms. Your running backs are Frank Gifford, Tiki Barber, Shaquan Barkley. Fullbacks, Alex Webster, Brandon Jacobs. Tight ends, Mark Bavaro, Jeremy Shockey, Bob Tucker, Howard Cross. Wide receivers, Callaway, Hillard, Odell Beckham Jr., Victor Cruz out of UMass, Amani Toomer, Kyle Rote. Offensive line, Brown, Roberts, Oates, Stone, Reisenberg, Snee, Deal, Elliott, Van Horn. Defensively, this should be quite a stout defensive unit. Your defensive linemen, Strahan, Rosie Greer, Hamilton, Gregory, Tuck, Kakavich, Marshall, Andy Robustelli. Linebackers, again, should be stout here. Pierre Paul, Lawrence Taylor, Sam Huff, Harry Carson, Jesse Armstead, Carl Banks, Brad Van Pelt. Defensive backs, Tom Landry. Actually, that's right. He did play for the Giants. Then he became a coach. That is the Dallas Cowboys coach, I do believe. Let's click on him. Yep, Tom Landry. I forgot he played for the Giants. Spider Lockhart. Then you have Tunnel, Lynch, Patton, Williams, Collins, Sparks, Kennard. Special teams for the New York Giants all time. Pete Gogolak. Oh, my God. I would have went with Joe Danello. But I didn't make these. But Pete Gogolak. Oh, God, we have nightmares of Pete Gogolak. Dave Jennings. He's the punter. Your kick returners, Emlyn Tunnell and Dave Meggett. And the same is for the punt returners. Let's look at the Minnesota Vikings, and we will start with their team ratings. Overall team rating for the all-franchise Minnesota Vikings, 76 out of 99. Offense, 77. Defense, 78. Special teams, 79. The coach, Bud Grant, just recently passed away. Offensive is balanced, and they'll take typical risks. Coaching style, rotates the running backs, favors a 4-3. Offense, starting quarterback, Fran Tarkenton. The other quarterbacks, Culpepper, Tommy Kramer. Your halfbacks, Peterson, Cook, Robert Smith. Fullbacks, Chuck Foreman, Billy Brown. Tight ends, Steve Jordan, Kyle Rudolph, Stu Voigt, Joe Sensor. Joe Sensor was he played with Tommy Kramer. Wide receivers, Randy Moss, Stephon Diggs, Chris Carter, Anthony Carter, a lot of purple there. Sammy White, Ahmad Rashad. Can't go wrong with any of those. Offensive line, Alderman, McDaniel, Tinglehoff, Hutchinson, Yari, Zimmerman, Stussy, White, McKinney. Minnesota's Purple Gang People Eater defense should be quite stout. Defensive linemen, Eller, Randall, Page, Dolman, Allen, Millard, Marshall, Thomas. That's an ouch. Those are wow. Linebackers, Blair, Greenway, Seaman, Studwell, McDaniel, Wally Hillenberg, Fred McNeil. Defensive backs, Winfield, Smith, Joey Browner, Bobby Bryant, Paul Krause, Carl Lee, Sharachman, Thomas, Nate Wright. Special teams for the all-time Minnesota Vikings. Kicker, Blair Walsh. Punter, Chris Kluwe. Kick returner, Patterson and Harvin. Punt returners, Shirelles Palmer. David Palmer, was he out at Temple? I think he was out at Temple, if I'm thinking of the right Palmer. All right, here we go. All-time Giants, all-time Vikings, Metropolitan Stadium. Joining us here in Minnesota, Midlife Crisis, Uncle Dave Gardner, who had some fabulous hockey games on using Stone Cold Hockey, card and dice, but he adapted it to the Excel form. Bart Stars here, Bears Den 007, Richie L 1991. Beatles Eternally! How you doing, my friend? And we got to do a chat, Beatles, you and I, a chat with Al. Some baseball and more. Baseball and music. And so here we go. As they say in Pro Strategy Football, let's do this, but first, let's analyze the game 1,000 times. Point spread over under. Vikings 6-point favorites at home, over under 45. Oh, Midlife Crisis says that was Paul Palmer from Temple. Thank you. He was pretty good back. Let's do this. Watch live. Go. Vikings will kick off to the Giants. All-time franchise tournament. Another game on its way. From the end zone comes Tennell. Tennell crosses the 10. Shimmy Sham spins. Crosses the 20. In and out he goes. 30. Knocked down at the 35. A hell of a return by Emlyn Tennell. Greg Garecki from the Great White North, Canada, says, Go Vikings. So the Giants will have Eli Manning at under center. Shockey and Bavaro, 2 tight end set. Odell Beckham Jr. to the top of the screen, the lone wideout. I formation, old school, Webster and Frank Gifford. 1st and 10 for the Giants. It's a give to Webster. Webster busts to the outside. What a tough run by Alex Webster. 8 yards, brought down by Joey Browner. Shockey goes off the field. Callaway comes on the field. He's the receiver to the top of the screen. Zone coverage, 4 down linemen for the Vikings. Manning barks out the signals. Eli pitches to Frank Gifford. Gifford turns the corner. He's close. Extra effort by Gifford. Gets the 1st down. Carl Eller in lateral pursuit. 1st and 10 for the Giants. They've run the ball twice and moved the chains. Will that success continue? They go back to their 2 tight end set, I formation. Eli under center, man coverage for the Vikings. Motion for the Giants. Gifford bounces outside, but brought down at the line of scrimmage. John Randall brings him down. The trap play was plugged up. Frank tried to bounce to the outside. I believe 1956 was the NFL MVP. 2nd and 10 for New York. Shockey goes off the field. Callaway comes back on, this time to the bottom of the screen. I formation for the Giants. Man coverage for the Vikings, 4 down linemen. Manning to throw. Complete to Callaway over the middle. That's a gain of 6. 3rd and 4 from the Minnesota 49. Giants to the line of scrimmage. Split backfield of Webster and Gifford. Callaway, Beckham Jr., the wideouts, Bavaro, the tight end. You got to watch Bavaro on a slant. I feel that. Vikings look like they're playing man. Eli will take the snap. Eli to throw. Callaway on the quick hitch. Gain of 7. Picked up a couple extra yards. Giants move the chains again. Greg Gorecki in the chat says, Alex Webster played in a couple of Grey Cups, I did not know this, with the Montreal Alouettes prior to joining the Giants. Very cool, very cool. Giants having a nice drive going here. Coach Parcells happy on the sidelines. Ball at the Minnesota 42, 1st and 10. The Giants do it again. Motion for the Giants. Eli to throw, looking, throwing deep, sidelines, incomplete. I think that was for Odell Beck. No, it was for Chris Callaway. Bobby Bryant was beaten by a step, but Eli couldn't hook up with Callaway. 2nd and 10 now for the Giants at the Minnesota 42. Vikings playing man, 4 down linemen. Motion for the Giants, bottom of the screen. Manning to throw, has time. Gifford, the safety valve, takes a big pop from Jeff Seaman. Gain of 3 yards. 3rd and 7 at the Minnesota 39. Eli Manning and the Giants will spread out this Vikings defense. Hilliard, Beckham Jr., Victor Cruz to the top of the screen. Callaway to the bottom. Gifford in the backfield, very dangerous out of the backfield. 3rd and 7. Can Eli convert it for the Giants? Eli gives it to Frank Gifford. Gifford struggles for 3. John Randall brings him down. Flag on the field. So we have holding on the offense, personal foul, a kick in the groin area upon Frank Gifford by John Randall. It's a mulligan. They do it over again. Hilliard, Odell Beckham Jr. to the top. Cruz and Callaway to the bottom. Gifford the lone setback. Vikings, no safety help. Mano across the board. Manning will take the snap. Manning drops back the pass. Throws. Incomplete pass intended for Victor Cruz. He slipped in his cut. 4th down. Oh, God. Here comes Pete Gogolak. This is out of his range, in my opinion. This will be a 56-yard field goal attempt for Pete Gogolak. Charlie Connerly to hold. Will they fake it? Here's the kick by Gogolak. Short. Vikings will take over. 1st and 10 at their 46. A promising drive comes to a horrific end. An absolutely horrible kick by Pete Gogolak. Definitely did not have the leg there. Bernard Strom Sports Replays joined us. Check out that wonderful channel for his 1950 Red Sox replay. Had a game on today. All right. So Tarkenton's under center. Peterson and Foreman in the backfield. Chris Carter, Randy Moss the wideout. Steve Jordan the tight end. Take my sip of coffee. Giants 3-4, 2 deep zone. 1st and 10 for Tarkenton and the Vikings. Motion for Minnesota. Tarkenton pitches to Adrian Peterson. Lateral pursuit by the Giants. Limit Peterson to no gain. Jack Gregory and company bring down Adrian Peterson. I guess he didn't take them behind the whooping shed. Moss and Anthony Carter to the top. Chris Carter and Diggs to the bottom. As Jordan and Foreman go off the field. Peterson the lone setback. Pitch to Peterson. Peterson hit, fumble, but the Vikings recover. Again, it's Gregory in on Peterson, popping him. Pigskin comes loose, but the fortuitous bounce goes to the Vikings. Third and 12. Tarkenton brings the offense to the line of scrimmage. Giants look like they're going to play a 3-deep zone. Tarkenton looks to find the seam. 3rd and 12 for Frey and the man Tarkenton. Tarkenton rolls, looks, pumps, throws. goes complete to Chris Carter. First down for the Minnesota Vikings. Carter found the seam in that 3-deep zone. Gain of 17. Vikings move the chains. 1st and 10 for Minnesota at the New York 39. Jordan back on the field with Foreman. Foreman and Peterson are your running backs. Moss, Chris Carter, the wideouts. Tarkinen facing zone coverage, 3-down linemen. Number 10 takes the snap. Hands it to Peterson. Peterson to his left. Spins. Barrels forward for 8. Torpedo tackled by Dick Lynch. The Admiral Clinton Parks has joined us. How you doing, my friend? Oh, midlife crisis is, where's the return man? Ha ha. Does Pro Strategy Football have that rule option? I don't think so. I don't think that's in there. But you're right. On a short field goal, you can return it. Mark Jones, how you doing? I said Victor Cruz was a flash in the pan. Yes, but he was a UMass grad. 2nd and 2 for the Vikings. 4 wide receivers set. Peterson the lone setback. Zone coverage, 3-down linemen for the Giants. Motion for the Vikings. Play action fake. Tarkinen under duress. Scrambles. Throwing for the end zone. Complete to Chris Carter. Carter, 18-yard gain tackled by Tennell. Vikings. Oh boy, Minnesota, their left guard, Randall McDaniel, is down. He's going to be out for the rest of the game, favoring his rib cage. Gary Zimmerman comes in at left guard. 1st and 10 for the Vikings at the New York 13. Holy cow, the Vikings are going to play some power football. They've had good success throwing the ball. 2 tight ends. Full house backfield. Peterson, Cook, Foreman in the backfield. Giants playing run. This could be a play action fake. Tarkinen's going to throw. He mixes it up. Peterson incomplete. Lawrence Taylor bats the ball away and then batters Peterson to the ground. 6:50 to play in the first quarter. It is scoreless. The Vikings are threatening. If you're just joining us, Pete Gogolak thought he was the $6 million man and decided to go for a 56-yard field goal to no avail. I formation, 2 tight ends, Chris Carter the lone wideout. Foreman the up back, Peterson behind him. I'd go to Foreman in the flat here if I was calling. It's a give to Chuck Foreman. Foreman to the right, struggles for a yard. Rosie Greer wraps him up and brings down Chuck Foreman. I believe Chuck Foreman went to Minnesota, right? In college. I believe he was a Gopher. Third and 9. More traditional set for the Vikings. Moss and Chris Carter the wideouts. Jordan the tight end. Foreman, Peterson the running backs. Ball at the New York 12. Tarkinen looks, throws to the out. Chris Carter, touchdown! Carter beats his defender in like Errol Flynn. That's a 12-yard touchdown pass from the Georgia Peach, Fran Tarkinen, to Chris Carter. 6-0 Vikings. Let's watch that replay in slow motion. So the Vikings opening drive produced points where the Giants could not. We await the extra point. Walsh, Culpepper to put it down. The extra point is good. 7-0 Minnesota. Mark Jones says Vikings should go 4 wide and exploit the Giants' weak defensive backs and get the linebackers off the field. That is an excellent point. That's the way I would play it. Vikings to kick off. Walsh strikes the ball. Giants down 7-0, 6:04 to play in the first quarter. From the 2 comes Dave Meggett. Meggett, shimmy sham, spins, crosses the 30, tripped up before the 35. They'll spot it at the 34. Eli Manning, Giants offense, get their second crack on the field. 5:51 left in the first quarter. 7-0 all-time franchise Vikings. Webster, Gifford, the splitbacks. Beckham Jr., Callaway, the wideouts. Bavaro, the tight end. Manning under center. 4-down lineman for the Vikings. Man covered. Eli looking to throw. Pumps under duress. Throwing deep. Incomplete. Trying to hit Alex Webster, the fullback, out of the backfield. Matt Blair was running stride for stride with Webster. 2nd and 10. Giants go full house backfield. Webster, Tiki Barber, Gifford, Shockey, Bavaro, the tight ends. 2nd and 10. Pitch to Tiki Barber. Tiki Barber picks up a block. He's got the first down. Got to the outside. Giants did a nice job sealing off the inside. That is a gain of 11. I'd like to say hello to Richie L. 1991, Mark Jones, Bears Den 007, Clinton Parks, Midlife Crisis, Random Human 99, Greg Gorecki, Bears Den 007, Beatles Eternally, Bart Starr, Uncle Dave Gardner. All right, here we go. Giants 1st and 10 at their 45. Shockey, Barber go off the field. Callaway and Odell Beckham Jr. come back on. Sweep to Frank Gifford. Gifford cuts back to the middle. He's got 9 or 10. It is a 9-yard gain. Gifford broke to the outside, saw the opening to the middle on the over pursuit by the Vikings, picks up 9, tackled by Joey Browner. Giants go full house again. 2nd and 1. Will they go play action fake to Bavaro? No, it is Tiki Barber to the left, following his block, staying low, burrowing for 2. Giants pick up the first down. 3:49 and counting in a speedy first quarter. 7-0 all-time franchise Vikings. Eli brings the Giants to the line of scrimmage, facing 2 deep zone. Manning barks out the signals. It's a blitz. Manning, Beckham Jr. caught. He took a huge pop from Johnny Randall. Gain of 7. Eli Manning was able to step up, evade the rush of the Purple Gang. 2nd and 3. Giants go to the 2 tight ends, Shockey and Bavaro. I formation. Alex Webster, the up back. Number 16, Frank Gifford behind him. Odell Beckham Jr., the wide out, tight to the line. 2nd and 3. Vikings selling out for the run. Webster struggles, picks up 2. Alan Page brings him down. 3rd and 1 for the Giants. Powerhouse backfield. They're selling out for the run. Vikings selling out for the run on defense. Is it a play-action fake? I go play-action fake here. Pitch. Tiki Barber gets around the corner. He didn't need much. He needed 1. He got 3. Again, the Giants seal off the inside, allowing Tiki Barber to gain the first. Ball at the Minnesota 32. More standard set for the Giants now. I formation, 2 wide, 1 tight end. Manning. Webster to the left. Good run by Alex Webster. The Giants' offensive line firing off the ball, pushing back the Purple Gang. Gain of 6 for Webster. Full house backfield for the Giants. They've been successful here. 2nd and 4. Pitch out to Tiki Barber. This time he is brought down hard on the run blitz. Loss of 3. Matt Blair nearly depleted him. That's going to bring up a 3rd and 7. 35 seconds and counting in this first quarter. Rock'em sock'em football from Minnesota. Hillard, Beckham Jr. cruise to the top. Chris Callaway to the bottom. Frank Gifford the setback. 3rd and 7. Will they flare to Gifford here? Zone coverage. Callaway incomplete. Ball nearly picked off by the linebacker, Jeff Seaman. 4th and 7. Here comes Pete Gogolak. Oh, boy. This will be a 46-yard field goal attempt. Charlie Connerly to hold. Connerly spins the laces. Gogolak strikes it. And misses. Pete Gogolak proving why he gave me agita when we played the 1970 Giants. 46-yard attempt is missed. Prior to that, a 56-yard attempt is missed. You think Coach Parcells might decide to go for it here and there. Another drive stalls. Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their 36. Peterson, sweep right. Knocked out of bounds, picks up 3. 39-yard line for the Vikings. They're going to spread out this Giants defense. Diggs, Chris Carter to the top. Anthony Carter, Randy Moss to the bottom. You know what the Giants say? We don't care. We're going to keep our 4 linebackers on the field. They're going to play a zone coverage here on 2nd and 7. Adrian Peterson, the setback. And that's the end of the first quarter. After one quarter of football, the New York Giants nothing. The Minnesota Vikings 7 in our all-franchise tournament. The winner stays in, the loser, well, see you later, alligator. We switch sides. 2nd and 7 for the Vikings. Peterson, Foreman, your backs. Jordan back in at tight end. Chris Carter to the top. Randy Moss to the bottom. They're your wide receivers. Tarkenton under center. Giants 4-down lineman man coverage. Tarkenton throw. Incomplete. A lot of pressure on Fran Tarkenton. Lawrence Taylor defending Adrian Peterson. 3rd and 7. 4 wide. Go the Vikings and Tarkenton. Moss to the bottom. Anthony Carter. Chris Carter. Diggs to the top. Adrian Peterson, the lone setback. Giants have everyone up on the line. Mano-y-mano, no safety help. Tarkenton barks out the signals. Tarkenton to throw. He has time. He's throwing for the sidelines. Complete to Randy Moss. 35, 30, 25. Tripped up. Tarkenton floated it over the defender into the hands of Randy Moss for 35 yards. Dick Lynch on the tackle. Vikings looking to extend their 7-0 lead. 1st and 10 at the Giants 26. Motion for the Vikings. Blitz, Tarkenton, Chuck Foreman to the right, struggles for a yard. Sam Huff was there to wrap him up. 2nd and 9, I formation, 2 tight ends set. Jordan and Rudolph are the tight ends. Chris Carter the wideout. Foreman the up back. Adrian Peterson behind him. 2nd and 9, motion for the Vikings. Tarkenton, extra blockers. He's going to zip it to Carter. Chris Carter's inside the 10. It looked like a medium hitch. Gain of 16, but a flag on the play. Was there holding on the Vikings? No, it was interference on the Giants. Fran Tarkenton says decline. Minnesota 1st and goal at the New York 9. 13:03 left in this first half. Vikings up 7-0, looking to score more. Split backfield for Minnesota. Man coverage for the Giants. Motion, Vikings, top of the screen. Tarkenton hands it to Foreman. Foreman bounces the outside, inside the 5. Chuck Foreman stiff-armed and spinned and then accelerated. That was a pretty 4-yard run. 2nd and goal for the Vikings. And another Giant looks hurt. It is Tom Landry. He'll go to the sidelines. Mark Collins will come on at left cornerback. Again, that was one of the prettiest 4-yard runs you'll ever see in football. 2nd and goal for the Vikings at the New York 5. What will Tarkenton and the Vikings do here? Tarkenton throws. Touchdown to Jordan! Oh, it was a nifty play to Steve Jordan. The Vikings are up 13-0. Let's watch that replay in slow motion. Jordan. Look at the pick play. Beautifully done. Let's watch it again. Slow motion. There's the pick. See, the receiver runs the cross. Jordan runs the out to the pylon. In like Errol Flynn. Touchdown, Vikings. We await the extra point. Walsh to kick it. Culpepper will put it down. Here's the kick. It is through. 14-0 Vikings. So both teams have had scoring opportunities on their first 2 drives. The Giants have not cashed in. The Vikings have hit the lottery. 12:18 left in the first half. Minnesota so far in a laugher. Giants hoping for something big on the return. From the end zone comes Tunnell. Tunnell straight up the middle. Shimmy sham spins. Crosses the 20. Breaks the outside. 30. Brought down. Giants 1st and 10 at their 30. Webster, Gifford, the running backs. Bavaro, the tight end. Odell Beckham Jr., Chris Callaway, the wideouts. Eli Manning down 14-0. Facing man, double coverage, throws. Bavaro makes the catch. First time we've called the Giants tight end. Gain of 3. Joey Browner on the tackle. Word from the Giants sidelines, Tom Landry will be A-OK to play defense. When the Giants are defensively on the field, they hope for not some time now. 2nd and 7, Vikings playing 4-down lineman zone. Ball at the New York 33. It's a blitz. Manning, the blocks. The backs pick up the block, and Callaway can't make the catch. Oh boy, but did Joey Browner make some contact? Is it interference? Well, the blitz was picked up by the Giants running backs, but holding was called. Minnesota accepts. 2nd and 17 with 11:17 to play in the first half. 14-0 Minnesota. Giants go 4 wide. Hillard, Beckham Jr. to the top. Cruz, Callaway to the bottom. Gifford, the lone setback. You should run a screen here. That's what I would do. It's a handoff to Gifford. Gifford to the left. Gains 3. Scott Studwell on the tackle. But there's a flag on the play. Giants will pick up the first down on the reprieve from the yellow hanky god holding on the defense. 1st and 10 for New York at the 28. 2 tight end set. Single wide out is Odell Beckham Jr. Webster the up back. Gifford behind him. Manning under duress throws. Complete to Shockey. He fumbles. The Vikings recover. Jeremy Shockey made the catch, turned to try to get some yak, and he got popped. Pigskin, Al, speak of the English. Pops free. Vikings pounce on it like they haven't eaten dinner. Let's watch the replay in slow motion. They went 2 tight ends there. Yeah.
You put that on pause for a second?
Sure, hold on a second. And I shall be right back. Let's look at the game stats for a moment. And we are back. Thank you for your patience. All right, let's get back to the football game. Giants, 1st and 10 at their 28. Oh, this is the replay, isn't it? This is the replay. Shockey, hit, fumbled. Okay. Now we're done. Minnesota takes over after the completion and fumble by Shockey. Minnesota looking to extend their 14-0 lead. 1st and 10 at the New York 37. They're going 4 wide. Peterson the lone setback. Tarkenton's tossed for 2. Screen to Adrian Peterson. Peterson not much. Ridden out of bounds. Gain of 2 yards. 2nd and 8 for Minnesota at the New York 35. They stick with the 4 wide. Chris Carter and Diggs to the top. Anthony Carter, Randy Moss to the bottom. Peterson the setback. 2nd and 8. It's a give. Peterson bounces outside. Spins, shimmy, sham, breaks a tackle, heading for the end zone. Tripped up inside the 10. Boy, the Vikings are really taking it to the New York Giants. That's a run of 26. Dick Lynch making way too many tackles from his defensive backfield position. Vikings, once again, 1st and goal. Deja vu all over again, the great late Yogi Berra would say, from the New York 9. Foreman and Peterson are your backs. Jordan, the tight end. Chris Carter, Randy Moss, the wideouts. Tarkenton, blitz. Peterson, touchdown! Adrian Peterson on the sweep. Again, the over pursuit by the Giants allows Adrian Peterson to cut inside and get into the end zone. 20-0 Vikings. We've got a laugher here. I don't know if the Giants can mount a comeback, but they better start it soon. We await the extra point by Walsh. Under 10 to play. The kick is up. Booyah. Good. Vikings fans celebrating quite heavily here. Walsh to kick off. 9:49 left in the first half. A half the Giants would love to forget. A half that Pete Gogolak has pooped himself. That ball goes out of the end zone. Check Mr. Walsh for some performance-enhancing drugs. Giants 1st and 10 at their 25. Webster and Gifford the backs. Callaway, Odell Beckham Jr., the wideouts. Bavaro, the tight end. Manning to throw. Complete to Bavaro, gain of 9. 2nd and 1. Giants at their 34. Manning to throw again, down 21. Zips towards the sidelines, deep. Callaway has it! He breaks the tackle! He's going coast to coast like Space Ghost! The Giants score! It is 20... Oh, Nelly, a flag on the field. Could the coast to coast like Space Ghost be coming back? No! It is on the Minnesota Vikings. The 6 points stay up on the board. Let's watch the replay. Oh, God. Gogolak for the extra point. And he misses! Unbelievable! Pete Gogolak has really crapped his pants. Extra point, no good. 21-6. Even when the Giants do something positive, it's the Grinch that stole Christmas, Pete Gogolak. Bill Parcells, his veins are popping out of his neck, his forehead, his thighs, everywhere. Parcells being held back by his staff. Parcells trying to choke Gogolak now. Order is somehow being restored on the sidelines. Gogolak, oh, if I was you, Mr. Pete Gogolak, I would just leave the stadium. Now, again, this was made by Lee. He did a wonderful job. I would not have chosen Pete Gogolak as the Giants kicker. I would have went with some Ali Haji Sheik, Joe Danello, or somebody else. Actually, the kicker they have now is really good. I can't think of his name. It slips my mind. But this is the kicker they have. Holy cow. Wow. All right, let's go back. Let's pause this. Oh, let's play it now. We're going to go to the highlight for the touchdown. The kickoff by Manning, 9:05 left in the first half, 21-6 Vikings. From the goal line comes Patterson. Patterson cuts the outside down the sidelines. Oh, gets by the 30. That was a nifty move. He was brought down, so that's a 32-yard return by Patterson. Vikings will have it 1st and 10 at their 32. Pro set, split backfield for Minnesota. Tarkenton rolls. He throws back the other way. Complete to Jordan. Jordan breaks a tackle, crosses midfield. Ridden out of bounds. That's a gain of 27. Frank Tarkenton having a hell of a football game. Let's go to the menu. Let's go to the highlights. Let's go to the touchdown. 66 yards. Slow motion. We're showing it over. Manning to Chris Callaway. Pump and go, says Eli Manning. He pump fake. Hits Callaway. Callaway looks like he was double covered as the safety got over, but Callaway makes the catch quickly. A nice move to the sidelines, and he is gone, baby, gone. Jim L. Hope all as well. How you doing, my friend? Vikings 1st and 10 at the New York 41. 2 tight end set, I formation. Targeting. Quick hitter to Kyle Rudolph. That's a loss of 1. So they ran a tight end screen there to no effect. Michael Strahan makes the stop. 2nd and 11, under 8 to play in the first half. Zone coverage for the Giants, 3 down linemen. Motion for the Vikings. Targeting to throw. No, it's a delayed handoff to Foreman. Foreman is stuffed. That's a yard loss. Rosie Greer. Giants defense trying to hold Minnesota. 3rd and 12. Defense has to get the offense back on the field for the Giants. Vikings stretch it out. 4 wideouts. Randy Moss to the bottom. Anthony Carter, Chris Carter, and Diggs to the top. Peterson the lone setback. Tarkenton looking to convert. Has time. Throws for the sticks. Incomplete pass intended for Chris Carter. Batted away by Emlyn Tunnell. The Giants hold. Cluey to punt. Giants coming after it. They don't get there. 6:51 left and counting. The punt will land inside the 10. Giants will start 1st and 10 at their 8. Eli Manning needs to put another touchdown up on the board. Webster, Gifford, your running backs. Callaway, Beckham Jr., your wideouts. Mark Bavaro, the tight end. Manning to Bavaro, incomplete. 2nd and 10. I formation now for the Giants. Motion for New York. Manning hands it to Webster. Webster struggles for 2. 3rd and 8, under 6 to play in this first half. A half the Giants would like to forget. A half that Pete Gogolak will never forget. His name will live in infamy. He has missed 2 field goals and an extra point. Giants spread them out with 4 wide. Gifford the lone setback. 3rd and 8. Manning calls for motion. Eli dropping back. Short drop. Beckham Jr. over the middle. Tackled by Matt Blair. They're short by 2 yards. It was a gain of 6. Jennings will punt from his goal line. First time Jennings has punted the ball today. Fair catch by Shirelles. I don't know. Marcus Shirelles. Vikings looking to add to this 21-6 lead. They have all 3 timeouts. Obviously still a lot of time. 5:14 to play. Minnesota has the ball at their 40. Peterson, and Foreman are the running backs. Chris Carter, Randy Moss, the wideouts. Jordan's the tight end. Motion for the Vikings. Pitch opposite motion. Peterson cannot gain the outside. Sam Huff brings him down. That will leave 2nd and 10. Vikings offense comes to the line of scrimmage. Again, motion top of the screen. Tarkenton rolls towards motion, throws, complete to Moss. Moss streaking across the field. Knocked out of bounds. He tried to turn it up, but he could not. He was ridden out of bounds by Emlyn Tunnell. But it's a gain of 16. Vikings get another set of downs. 3:59 left in the first half. Tarkenton really calling a beautiful game. Tarkenton pitches to Chuck Foreman, brought down near the line of scrimmage. In fact, he'll lose a yard. Michael Strahan and company bring down Chuck Foreman. Full house backfield for the Vikings, 2 tight end set on 2nd and 11. This is a pass. I knew that. Tarkenton throws. Jordan complete. The Giants fall for the trap. It's a gain of 17. And again, when your defensive backs are making all your tackles, you are in trouble. Vikings, 1st and 10 at the 28. 4 wide. Peterson is the running back. Giants, everyone up on the line of scrimmage. Motion for the Vikings, bottom of the field. Boy, that didn't come out right. Sam Huff makes the tackle on the quick hitter to Chris Carter. Gain of 3. Flag on the play. Holding on the Giants. They are just horrific in this game. You got to be on your A game in a tournament. You lose, you snooze. You win, you're in. And it's the Giants looking to take the deep snooze. Can they change it? They need some coffee at halftime. 1st and 10 for the Vikings at the New York 23. 4 wide. Peterson the setback. Tarkenton, pocket, throws. Chris Carter picks up 8. That was a short hitch. 2nd and 2. Vikings stick with the 4 wide. Give it to Peterson, they're saying. Nope. Tarkenton takes it to the 2-minute warning. Second and 2. Formation is the same. Giants, for some odd reason, playing zone down near the goal line. Motion for the Vikings, bottom of the screen. Tarkenton, back to pass, has time, throws for the sticks. Touchdown to Diggs. Diggs beats his defender to the back corner of the end zone. It is 27-6. Holy poop. Tarkenton having a game of a lifetime. Stephon Diggs spikes the ball in front of Emil Tunnell, the defender. Here's the replay in slow motion. I believe that's a 3rd touchdown toss for number 10, the Georgia Peach Fran, the man Tarkenton. That offensive line has given Tarkenton time after time to throw the ball. We await the extra point. Culpepper puts it down. Walsh puts it up and through. It is 28-6. Walsh to kick off. 1:53 left in the first half. Bill Parcells once again accosting Pete Gogolak on the sidelines. Emlyn Tunnell. Hey, he's going to go coast to coast. Tunnell's gone. Tunnell is gone. Tunnell takes it into his own hands. It is a touchdown. 99 yards. Emlyn Tunnell, as Bill Parcells is bashing the bejesus out of Pete Gogolak on the sidelines, turns, puts his head up and says, that a boy, Emlyn. Holy cow. Here's the replay in slow motion. Giants trying to get something going. Will Pete Gogolak actually make a kick? Is he able to kick? I mean, Coach Parcells was really giving him a battering and beating on the sidelines. And there you go. Let's speed it up now. What a return. As we like to say, coast to coast like Space Ghost. There's a touchdown. 28-12. Will they go for two? I'd go for two. Oh, God. Here's Gogolak for the extra point. Can he miss again? Yes, he can! Oh, my God. Oh, my God. He is horrific. We're going to have to change him. He cannot be on this team. I'm going to have to change that when I play this season. He sucks. Pete Gogolak and Bill Parcells is throwing a hyper-conniption fit. He is screaming, I'm going to rip his testicles off and shove them down his throat. Let's watch it again in horrific slow-motion replay. Pete Gogolak. Oh, Mr. Lee Biner. How could you put Pete Gogolak as an all-time kicker with a rating of 35? We love you, Lee. We love you. Here's the kickoff, 28-12. 1:40 left in this first half. From the goal line comes Patterson. Patterson takes it up the middle. Shimmy sham spins. Crosses the 25. Brought down at the 29. So Tarkenton in the Vikings offense. 3 timeouts. Ball at their 29. 2 tight ends. I formation. First down. Giants jump. Tarkenton free play. He's going to heave it deep. Incomplete. Pass intended for Chris Carter. Tom Landry in the coverage. And Chris Carter is going off the field, favoring his side. Sammy White will come in.
Offsides. Defense.
Offsides on the Giants. We saw them jump. Tarkenton knew he had a free play. Vikings go 4 wide. Diggs, White, Anthony Carter to the top. Randy Moss to the bottom. Adrian Peterson the setback. 1st and 5. Tarkenton's going to throw the magic pigskin. Post. Carter has it. It's a big gain into Giants territory. He stopped at the New York 29. Unbelievable. Tarkenton is fabtabulous. Let's go to the menu quickly. Game stats. Tarkenton, 14 of 17, 82%, 216 yards, 3 touchdowns, no picks. Been absolutely fabulous. 1st and 5. Oh, they're going to skip that. We don't want that. That's the replay. Holy cow, Fran Tarkenton, we didn't know this. He goes off the field. He is limping, some sort of late hit, I guess. We didn't see that. Dante Culpepper comes in. Minnesota hurries to the line of scrimmage with Culpepper, 103. They're not going to call timeout. White has it, 1st down. I would call timeout now. Spider Lockhart on the tackle. Minnesota uses a timeout. So Culpepper seeing some time here. After Tarkenton goes off the field, they're working on his ankle. 4 wide go the Vikings. Culpepper to throw. Peterson throws a block in the backfield. Diggs incomplete. Adrian Peterson picked up the rush quite nicely. Chris Carter is back on the field for the Vikings. 2nd and 10, 51 seconds left in the half. Culpepper sticks with a 4 wide. Peterson the setback. Man coverage for the Giants. Culpepper to throw. Pocket holds up. Middle. Complete to Peterson. Peterson tries to turn it upfield. Bounces outside. Gets out of bounds. Gain of 16. 46 seconds left. Giants still have 2 timeouts. I would run a trap or a draw here in the 4 wide with Peterson. There's the draw. Peterson inside the 5. Rosie Greer makes the trailing tackle. Minnesota uses their second timeout. 2nd and goal for the Vikings. Culpepper, will he call Peterson's number again? Culpepper to throw. Back pylon, incomplete to Chris Carter. Ball batted away by Emlyn Tunnell. Bill Parcells on the sidelines is curb stomping Pete Gogolak. 36 seconds left in the first half, 28-12. They stay with the 4 wide and Peterson the setback. Culpepper barks out the signals. He's in for the injured Fran Tarkenton. It's a blitz. Peterson, touchdown from Culpepper. Excellent play call to float it out to Dante Culpepper. Floats it out to Adrian Peterson. Had some blockers in front of him. Easily into the end zone, untouched. The Vikings score, and score some more. Replay, slow motion. They ran a screen, executed to perfection. Adrian Peterson with his 2nd touchdown, 1 running, 1 receiving. We await the extra point. Oh my Lord! The touchdown comes off the field. Back him up, Gus. I didn't even... incomplete. Flag on the play. It's going to be on the Vikings. It's been some crazy things happening right at the end of the plays. And it looks like Tarkenton's back in the game.
Illegal procedure. Offense.
Let's pause this. Culpepper. Now they're going to go for the field goal on 4th and goal. What a crazy, crazy ending there. Walsh puts it up and through 31-12. So the touchdown comes off the board. Yeah, sometimes with they call the timeout happens with the injury and then they just start the clock up again in the game. I'm not saying it's correct. I'm just saying what happens. As Richie L. 1991 should have been an auto timeout with an injury. Walsh to kick off. 31-12 Giants. 18 seconds left in the half. That's been holy cow for the Giants and Pete Gogolak. Out of the end zone. Manning's going to throw the ball with 18 seconds. Under duress. Throws to Hilliard. Hilliard gets out of bounds. First down. 11 seconds left. Pitch. Webster. This should run the clock out. We'll go to the half. That's it. 31-12. The over's looking pretty good right now. I think it was 46. They're already at 43. Here's Pete Gogolak to start the 3rd quarter out, kicking off to the Vikings. From the end zone, Patterson cuts to his right, goes to the sidelines, crosses the 20. Not a good return. Vikings will start 1st and 10 at their 23. Tarkenton back in after being briefly out due to a leg injury. Culpepper came in, played well, thought he had a touchdown toss, but it came off the board on a Viking offensive penalty. Ball at the Vikings 23. Motion for Minnesota. Tarkenton takes it himself up the gut. Bears Den 007 says, love these defensive games, LOL. 3 yards for Fran Tarkenton, number 10. 2nd down for Minnesota. It's a blitz. A lot of pressure in Tarkenton's face. Could not see over the rush. Pass intended for Randy Moss. Lucky that wasn't a pick 6. 14:03 left in the 3rd quarter. 3rd and 7. Giants need to hold here. 4 wideouts. Motion for the Vikings. Tarkenton throws middle. Incomplete. Pass intended for Chris Carter. Jason Pierre-Paul got his paws on it, forcing the Vikings to punt from their 10. Kluwe to punt. Can the Giants get a punt return for a touchdown? They've had a 99-yard kickoff return. Tunnell looking to do it again. Shimmy shams. Crosses midfield. Gets to the outside. Is he going coast to coast? No, but what a return. The one-man gang, Emlyn Tunnell, puts the Giants in tremendous position here. After a hell of a punt return, Giants have it 1st and 10 at their 35. Webster and Gifford are the backs. Bavaro the tight end. Callaway, Odell Beckham Jr. the wideouts. Manning under center. Eli throws the screen to Gifford. Incomplete. Eli threw off his back foot. A lot of pressure on Manning. 2nd and 10. Split backfield for the Giants. At the Minnesota 35. Zone coverage for Minnesota. Screen to Bavaro. Bavaro busts the tackle. Gets the first down inside the 20. 15. And he fumbles. Bavaro fumbles. Oh no. First it was Shockey and now Bavaro. A favorite of Bill Parcells. And Parcells just walks over to Pete Gogolak and punches him right in the face. He says, that's for Mark. But there's a flag on the play.
Personal foul, defense.
But did it happen before or after the fumble? Giants maintained possession. So it was before the fumble. I guess it's a crazy play call. Bud Grant trying to have the officials explain it to him. I guess it happened prior to the fumble. Manning under center, 4 wide. Manning gives it to Frank Gifford. Gifford to the 10. Gain of 9, 2nd and 1. This has been a wild and woolly game. Parcells walks over to Gogolak. Gogolak trying to wipe up his bloody nose, and Parcells kicks him right in the balls. I don't know how this is going to help Pete Gogolak kick, but Parcells seems to be happy with himself right now. 2nd and 1 for the Giants. Motion, top of the screen. Manning to throw. End zone. Touch. No! Batted away at the last second. Bobby Bryant tips it away from Chris Callaway. Flag on the play. It's on Bobby Bryant. 1st and goal for the Giants at the Minnesota 6. Manning to throw. Back pylon. Touchdown to Gifford. Gifford goes high up in the air, makes the catch, gets whacked, but holds on to the football. Here's the replay in slow motion. It's 31-18. Is Pete Gogolak coming out to kick an extra point? He has missed everything. He can't kick the ball into the ocean. And here's Pete Gogolak. Bloody nose, black eyes, sore testicles. Charlie Connerly to hold. The kick is up. And good. Oh my Lord, it's 31-19. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Pete Gogolak actually puts the ball between the uprights. Goes back to the sidelines. And Bill Parcells kicks him in the nuts one more time and says, that's what the F you're supposed to do, you effing moron. It's 31-19, Gogolak to kick off as he's sent back out there after getting kicked in the nuts. From the 4 comes Patterson. Patterson shimmy shams, crosses the 30, spins. They bring him down at the 33. That was a wild drive, started off by a great punt return by Emlyn Tunnell. You know, the Giants are somehow still in this game. Their defense has to hold here. Tarkenton wants to get that score right back. He's going 4 wide with Diggs, Chris Carter to the top, Anthony Carter, Randy Moss to the bottom. Peterson the setback. Man coverage for the Giants, no safety help. Motion, top of the screen. Tarkenton under duress, scrambles, throws underneath the safety valve. Peterson tackled by Michael Strahan. 3-yard gain, 2nd and 7. Jordan comes on the field, and so does Chuck Foreman. More standard pro set here for the Vikings. Pitch to Foreman. Chuck Foreman, first down, a nice run. You see Foreman, strong runner, spins, moves, glides. Gain of 11 brought down by Sam Huff. 11:02 and counting in the 3rd quarter. Ball at the Minnesota 47. The all-time franchise Vikings 31. The all-franchise Giants 19. How Pete Gogolak made this team, I don't know. He has missed 2 field goals, 2 extra points. He's finally made a kick. It was an extra point. Thus 31-19. Tarkenton barks out the signals. Tarkenton gives it to Peterson. He is stuffed. Loss of 1. Rosie Greer beats his blocker. 2nd and 11 for the Vikings. I formation now. Foreman back on the field. So is Jordan at tight end. 2nd and 11. Foreman gets it. The fullback to his left. Burrows for 3 yards. A big 3rd and 8 now for the Minnesota Vikings, but more importantly for the New York Giants. Giants 4 down linemen, 2 deep zone. 4 wideouts for the Vikings. Tarkenton. Peterson picks up the block. Incomplete. Peterson with a nice block on the pass rush, but Tarkenton could not connect up with Chris Carter. 4th and 8, and the Vikings will punt. 9:41 left in the third quarter. Kluwe gets the punt off, trying to pin the Giants back deep. It's too much oomph. Yes, bounces into the end zone and out. Giants have it 1st and 10 at their 20. Eli Manning under center. Bavaro's the tight end. Callaway, Odell Beckham Jr. the wideouts. Webster and Gifford the backs. It's a give to Frank Gifford. Gifford spins, lunges, drags, picks up 5 yards. 2nd and 5 for the Giants at their 25. Minnesota 4 down linemen, 2 deep zone. Manning pitches to Gifford. Gifford cannot turn the corner. Brought down in the backfield. 1 yard loss. John Randall on the stop. 3rd and 6. Giants want to keep the O on the field. 4 wide. Callaway and Cruz to the top. Odell Beckham Jr. Hilliard to the bottom. Frank Gifford in the backfield. And the Giants jump. Incomplete. The Vikings will decline. D. Scott Howard, the Goat Whisperer, has joined us. He says, hello again, Al, and all the chat. Good to have you here, D. Scott Howard. Hilliard goes off the field. Amani Toomer comes on, but the Giants will have to punt. Procedure call on the Giants. Jennings to punt. Inside his 10. There's the punt. So the Viking defense holds. Sherrills with a nice return takes it close to midfield for Minnesota. 14-yard return. Vikings will start 1st and 10 at their 47. Foreman, Peterson the running backs. Chris Carter, Randy Moss the wideouts. Jordan the tight end. Tarkenton under center. Tarkenton, quick hitter to Moss. Moss turns. Picks up a yard after the catch is 6, so it's a 7-yard effort. Sam Huff on the tackle. Under 7 to play in the third quarter. 4 wide, go the Vikings. Peterson is the running back. 2nd and 3, pitch to Peterson, brought down at the line of scrimmage, cannot turn the corner. Harry Carson and company are there for the stop. 3rd and 3 now for the Vikings. They continue to stretch out this Giants defense, but the Giants keep 3 linebackers on the field. Pierre Paul, Sam Huff, and Lawrence Taylor. What will the Vikings do here on 3rd and 3? Pitch to Peterson. He's got the first. They could not corral Adrian Peterson. Cut back to the inside. Picks up 4. 5:41 and counting in the third quarter. All franchise Vikings 31. All franchise Giants 19. Peterson and Foreman are your backs. Jordan back in at tight end. It's a give to Chuck Foreman. Foreman is hit. The pigskin goes up in the air. And Sam Huff recovers it. It looks like Sam Huff made the hit and recovered the hot pigskin. The Giants defense is in it to win it. After being torched for 31 points, pretty much that was all in the first half, I do believe. The Giants are holding stout. Ike Hilliard back on the field for New York. Or able to come back on the field. 5:36 left in the third quarter. Here come the Giants. There's no quitting Eli Manning. And there's no quitting Pete Gogolak. No matter what we think of him. No matter how much of a piece of poo we feel he is in this game. No matter how much Bill Parcells has kicked him in the nuts, punched him in the face, he's in it to win it. I don't know who he's in it to win it for, but he's in it to win it. Here goes Eli Manning, 1st and 10. Manning looking, throws. Odell Beckham Jr. gets out of bounds after picking up 7 on the hitch. 2nd and 3, 5:05 and counting. Split formation for the Giants. Motion top of the screen. It's a give to Gifford. Gifford plunges the middle, breaks a tackle. Gain of 9. Giants on the Minnesota 43, under 5 to play in the third quarter. Manning brings the offense to the line of scrimmage. Vikings playing man, 4 down linemen. 1st and 10. Manning to throw. Extra blockers. That's picked. Bobby Bryant with the pick on the deep corner route. Pass intended for somebody, for Odell Beckham Jr., and Bobby Bryant makes the pick. Here's the replay in slow motion. That's a hell of a pick by Bobby Bryant. Manning trying to get the Giants a big play but he could not. Vikings take over, 1st and 10 at their 24, 4:20 left in the third quarter. Foreman and Peterson, the running backs. Chris Carter, Randy Moss, the wideouts. Jordan's the tight end. Motion, bottom of the screen for Minnesota. Tarkin to throw. Pumps, looks, throws. Incomplete. Pass intended for Chris Carter. Landry on the coverage. 2nd and 10 for the Vikings. Tarkin, Jordan, quick hitter. Jordan goes to the inside, picks up 7. Spider Lockhart on the torpedo tackle. Richie L. 1991 says, nice interception by Bobby Bryant. Flag on the play, though. It's on Minnesota. So a tremendous first half, and Minnesota not having such a good second half at the moment. 2nd and 20 for the Vikings from their 14. Tarkin to throw. Foreman out of the backfield, not much. And another flag. So it's a mulligan on the offsetting penalties. We do it again. I formation for the Vikings on 2nd and 20. Tarkin to throw. Carter over the middle. Ooh, he had some alligator arms there. Sam Huff was waiting to behead him. 3rd and 20. Giants going to play a 3 deep. Tarkin, 4 wideouts. Fran throwing between the seams. Incomplete. Spider Lockhart jumps up and down. He almost had a pick. 4th and 20. The Giants defense holds. Kluwe will punt out of the end zone. Let's see what Emlyn Tunnell can do here. He has a touchdown return and a huge punt return. Here comes Emlyn Tunnell. Tunnell crosses midfield. 40. He's gone. He is gone. Coast to coast like Space Ghost. Touchdown. Unbelievable. 61-yard punt return by Emlyn Tunnell. He is trying to win this game single-handedly for the New York Giants. He has a kick return and now a punt return. Let's watch that replay in slow motion. What a wild, woolly game here in Minnesota. Vikings fans can't believe their eyes. Emlyn Tunnell makes the first man miss, the second man miss, gets to the outside, and he is gone, baby, gone. The horse has left the barn, and there's no bringing him back. This thoroughbred's name is Emlyn Tunnell. In like Flynn, Nesty plunge, 6 points. Count it. That's so pretty. Let's watch it in actual speed one more time. Wow. Holy cow. It's 31-25. And if somehow Pete Gogolak, through black eyes, bloody nose, swollen testicles, can make this freaking kick, this has been one of the most unbelievable ball games. Bart Starr says, nice tackle by the punter. He just moved out of the way. He wanted nothing to do with Mr. Tunnell. And now the always adventurous Pete Gogolak. Connerly to hold. Gogolak puts it up. And through. It's 31-26. The Giants are coming back. This is one of the craziest games we have seen. And we've had some crazy games in this tournament. But this is right up there. Gogolak to kick off. 3:38 left in a third quarter. The Vikings want to forget. It's been Emlyn Tunnell. Patterson wisely takes a knee in the end zone. What is Bud Grant thinking on that Vikings sidelines? We know what Bill Parcells is thinking as he once again walks over to Pete Gogolak, puts his hand out. Gogolak goes to shake it, and Parcells grabs it and once again kicks him in his balls. All right. Wow. I mean, maybe that's motivating Pete Gogolak. Here we go. Vikings only up 6 now. Vikings fans are very concerned. 1st and 10 at their 25. Peterson, Foreman, the running backs. Jordan, the tight end. Carter and Moss, the wideouts. It's a give to Peterson. Peterson tries to plunge the middle. Struggles for 1. Brought down by Sam Huff and company. 2nd and 9. Tarkin brings the offense to the line of scrimmage, facing 3 down linemen, 2 deep zone. Tarkin to throw. Heavy rush. Dumps it to Peterson. Peterson will pick up the first. Good job by Tarkenton. Check down to Peterson. It's a gain of 10. First down for Minnesota at their 36. Another blitz. Tarkinen dumps down to Peterson again. Peterson crosses midfield. 45-40. Tripped up from behind by Tom Landry. So Tarkenton beating the Giants' aggressiveness with dump downs to Peterson. 1:35 and counting in the third quarter. A once large Viking lead has dwindled to 6. Ball at the New York 41. Truck Foreman to the left. Spins, lunges, only picks up 1. Under a minute to play in the third quarter. Vikings will be very happy that this quarter is over with. Vikings go 4 wide. Anthony and Chris Carter. Diggs to the top. Randy Moss to the bottom. Peterson the lone setback. Man coverage for the Giants. 3 down linemen. Tarkin screens to Peterson. Peterson brought down in the backfield. That is a loss of 3. Jason Pierre-Paul beat the blocks of the Vikings and slams Adrian Peterson on his head. 3rd and 12. 11 seconds left in the third quarter. Tarkin 4 wide throws. Picked off by guess who? Emlyn Tunnell. The man, the myth, the legend. Emlyn Tunnell. He has run a kickoff back. He has run a punt back. And now he has intercepted number 10, Fran Tarkenton. Unbelievable. Put this man on offense. Here's the replay in slow motion. Vikings fans cannot believe what they are seeing, but they have an ace up their sleeve. The Giants kicker, Pete Gogolak, who is god-awful. Giants take over. 5 seconds left in the third quarter. If people left, boy, are they missing a hell of a wild football game. Gary Sorrell's joined us. I have never seen anything like this, and we've had some wild games on the channel and wild games in this tournament. That's why you play the games. Holy cow. Webster and Gifford are the backs. Callaway, Odell Beckham Jr. the wideouts. Bavaro the tight end. Manning under duress, he will be sacked, and that's how the third quarter will end. Matt Blair brings down Eli Manning, loss of 6. We switch sides for the final 15 minutes of this game that is just unbelievable. Let's go. Can we go to games? Let's go to highlights. Let's go back. Oh, pause it for a second. So it's third quarter, 15 more minutes of football. The winner advances in our all-franchise tournament. Bart Starr says, Vikings always choked in the big game. They might do it again. So 2nd and 16. Manning and the Giants go 4 wide. Hilliard, Beckham Jr., Cruz to the top. Chris Callaway to the bottom. Gifford the lone setback. Manning to throw. Under duress. Throws. Incomplete to Ike Hilliard. A lot of contact. Hilliard wanted a flag. Joey Brown around the coverage. 3rd and 16. And Hilliard is going out. Amani Trumer is coming in. I guess there was some contact there, but no flag. 3rd and 16 for the Giants. Down by 5. Ball at their 16. Ball at their 27. They need 16. They go 4 wide with Frank Gifford in the backfield. 3 to the top, 1 to the bottom. Manning barks out the signals. Motion zone coverage for the Vikings. Manning looking to find the seam. Throwing. Complete to Amani Trumer. Gain of 28. Bobby Bryant went for the pick. But it's Amani Trumer who rips it out of Bobby Bryant's hands. Gain of 28. Manning and the Giants move to the line of scrimmage. It's the Minnesota 45. They stick with 4 wide in Tarkenton. Manning to throw. Sideline pattern. Odell Beckham Jr. at the sticks. Knocked out of bounds. Oh, they said he stayed in. But it's a gain of 11. Joey Browner on the hard hit. Could not dislodge the ball from Odell Beckham Jr. Giants could take the lead here. 13:29 left in this football game. Gifford and Webster are the backs. Callaway, Odell Beckham Jr. the wideouts. Bavaro the tight end. Zone coverage for the Vikings. Motion for the Giants. Manning throws the pigskin. Incomplete. Matt Blair helped out in coverage on Chris Callaway. 2nd and 10. Eli calmly comes to the line of scrimmage. He's under center. 13:24 left in this football game. Manning, middle, Bavaro, not much at all. Quickly brought down by Joey Browner, only a 2-yard gain. Ike Hilliard comes back on the field, or is eligible to come back on the field. He's A-OK. That's a word from the Giants sidelines. A big 3rd and 8. What will the Giants do against zone coverage? It's a delayed handoff to Webster. Not much. The Vikings weren't fooled. Matt Blair stayed at home, only a gain of 2. 4th and 6, and holy cow, Pete Gogolak is on the field. 4th and 6. This is a 47-yard field goal attempt. Pete Gogolak has missed 2 field goals, 2 extra points, made 2 extra points. Bill Parcells has punched him in the face several thousand times, bit him, scratched him, poked his eyes, kicked him in the nuts another 500 times. Connor Lee to hold. I'd do a fake here. Connor Lee spins the laces. Gogolak. He missed. He missed. He missed. He misses again. Gogolak misses again. Gogolak whimpering as he goes to the sidelines. And there's the kick in the groin by Bill Parcells upon his absolutely poop-faced kicker. So Gogolak misses again. The Vikings maintain a 5-point lead. Vikings take over. We gotta ask Lee if he hates the New York Giants. Gary, can you email Lee and ask him if he hates the New York Giants? Again, this is a fabulous set he created. We're just having a little fun with it right now. I mean, Gogolak's awful in this game, and he's not good. He's an okay kicker for his day, but I would have went with the kicker they had now, or somebody else. That's just me. I'm having fun with it. Richie L 1991 says this game could be tied technically. Well, with the missed field goals and the extra points, maybe Gogolak is on the take. All right, Vikings 1st and 10 at their 37. Moss, Jordan, Carter are your receivers. Jordan being the tight end. Peterson and Foreman in the split backfield. Screen, Jordan. The tight end screen goes nowhere. There's no bridge to Terabithia. That's a loss of 1. 2nd and 11, under 12 to play. Minnesota at their 36. Zone coverage for the Giants. Screen to Jordan. This time the tight end screen picks up 3. Sam Huff brings down Jordan. 3rd and 8. 4 wide go the Vikings. Peterson the setback. Tarkinen dumps it to Peterson. Peterson in the flat. Crosses midfield. It's a big gain for Peterson. Tarkinen has really killed them on that flat pass. The hot receiver. Everything's covered. He just dumps it to Peterson. Peterson having a good day receiving out of the backfield. Gain of 17. Vikings move the sticks, but more importantly, the clock is running. Under 10 to play in this game. Bears Den 007 says, Gogolak has only cost the Giants 11 points, that's all. Now, you got to give him a break on the 56-yard field goal attempt. The 2 missed extra points are horrific. He's 90% on extra points. The 46-yarders are kind of tough for him, too. Dan Burke says, horrible tackling by the Giants. Doing his best Vince Lombardi. Everybody grabbing. 1st and 10 for the Vikings at the 44. It's a blitz. Jordan on the quick hitch. He read the blitz. Tarkinen hits him. Gain of 4. 2nd and 6. 9:16 and counting in this football game. Giants need another big play on defense. Play action. Tarkinen tries to hit Peterson out of the backfield. Incomplete. Sam Huff batted the ball down. Legend Sports Universe has joined us. Check out that wonderful channel. 3rd and 6. 9:11 left in a football game that you wouldn't show the high schoolers on how to play. 4 wide go the Vikings. Adrian Peterson the setback. Remember, Tarkinen has dumped to Peterson on these big 3rd downs lately. Tarkinen looking, throws, and out. Diggs makes the catch. He's brought down near the 30, but it's a gain of 9. Emlyn Tennell was trying to go for a pick. If you just joined us, Emlyn Tennell has run a kickoff back. Emlyn Tennell has run a punt back, and Emlyn Tennell has picked off Tarkinen. The Giants couldn't capitalize on it, though. Or did they? I can't remember. And Pete Gogolak has been god-awful. 1st and 10, 8:29 and counting. Clock going tick, tick, tick on the Giants tournament hopes. Giants jump off sides. Good job by Tarkman changing his cadence.
Encroachment. Defense.
Full house backfield for the Vikings. Two tight end set. 1st and 5. Cook out of the backfield, takes the quick pass, picks up 2. Rosie Greer on the tackle. 2nd and 3. Now the Vikings go from one extreme to the other, from a full house backfield to 4 wide. Randy Moss, Anthony Carter to the top. Chris Carter, Diggs to the bottom. Peterson the setback. Run the draw. No. Peterson misses his block, but it's complete to Chris Carter inside the 10. Spider Lockhart for the moment saves the touchdown. It's a gain of 17. 1st and goal for the Vikings. 7 minutes to play. Ball at the Giants 7. That's going to be a flag on the Vikings.
Illegal procedure. Offense.
Giants accept it. So it's 1st and goal from the New York 12 now. Tarkman under center. Tarkman, play action. Hits Jordan. Just got the pass off as he was hit while he was throwing. Gain of 3. 2nd and goal. 6:21 and counting in this football game. Tarkman taking his time. Ball at the Giant 9. Pitch. Peterson. Touchdown, Adrian Peterson. Peterson barrels through would-be tacklers, bounces outside and in as he crosses the goal line for 6. So after all that hard work, after all the Pete Gogolak frustration, the Giants pulled to within 5, and Adrian Peterson might have just pulled the Vikings out of the kettle. 37-26. We await the Walsh extra point. The kick is up and good. 38-26. 12-point lead. The good news is they can tie the game without extra points. 12-point lead for the Vikings. 6:16 to play. Walsh to kick off. Giants need to score. From the end zone, Dave Meggett. Meggett, not as good as Amel Tennell. Does not make the 25. Coach Parcells not happy with that. 6:04 left in the football game. Giants on their 16. I formation. Webster in front of Gifford. The wideouts are Odell Beckham Jr. and Callaway. The tight end, Mark Bavaro. Manning under center. Manning hands it to Gifford. Gifford picks up 6. They need to hurry this stuff up here. Picked up 7. 2nd and 3. Webster to the outside. He's close. I don't think he made it. Yes, out of bounds. Picks up 3. Under 5 to play. Manning's got to throw the ball here. Motion Giants. And again, they're going to Webster on the ground. They're killing the clock. Gain of 3. New York hurries to the line of scrimmage finally. 4 wideouts. Manning throws, complete to Hilliard, near the sticks, 1st down. But Hilliard is limping off the field. Amani Toomer comes on. Giants go to the line of scrimmage quickly. I formation, motion for the Giants, top of the screen, zone coverage for the Vikings. Manning quick out to Callaway. He steps out of bounds. So the Vikings are slowly and begrudgingly giving up ground, but the Giants are burning the clock. 4:10 left in this football game. Motion again, 4 wideouts for the Giants. Manning looking, throwing opposite motion. Callaway makes the catch, steps out of bounds, gain of 14. Manning, 1st and 10. 44 of the Vikings. Manning pumps, throws. Odell Beckham Jr. heads out of bounds, gain of 14. 3:59 left in the football game. Vikings get pressure on Manning, and he is sacked, blindsided by Chris Dolman. That's a loss of 7. Manning sends the offense quickly to the line of scrimmage. 3:38 and counting. Manning looks to throw. Middle. Cruz. Not much at all. Gain of 6. 3rd and 11. This is 2-down territory. Manning and the Giants quickly to the line. Manning looking. Throws. Cross. Incomplete. 4th and 11. Ike Hilliard back on the field. This is it. If the Giants have any opportunity, they must pick up this 1st down. Hilliard, Beckham Jr. to the top. Cruz, Callaway to the bottom. Gifford the lone setback. 4th and 11. Manning looks. Pressure, scrambles, throws, deep sidelines. Incomplete. A diving Frank Gifford can't make the catch. Turnover on downs. Vikings should burn the clock. They're going to run, baby run. Chuck Foreman to the left. Brought down by Huff. New York uses their first timeout. 3 minutes left in this football game. 2nd and 5. Motion out of the backfield. Pitch to Foreman with the motion. Foreman can't gain the first. 3 yards. 3rd and 2. Giants use their second timeout. Powerhouse formation run. Cook. First down. This ball game is over. Giants use their last timeout. They'll have one more at the 2-minute warning. Foreman up the gut for a couple. 1 yard. They push the ball back. Lawrence Taylor is off the field. Jesse Armstead comes on. They're working on Taylor. This will take it to the 2-minute warning. Peterson follows the guard for 3 to the left. The tackle, excuse me. 1:58 left in this football game. 38-26. If you had the Vikings and the over, it was adventurous, but you made both bets. Pitch to Foreman. Gain of 1, 4th and 5. Kluwe to punt. Giants come after it. They don't get the block. Kluwe punting for the sidelines. Out of bounds at the 12. Manning calls for motion. Manning looking, dumps it to Gifford. Gifford can't get out of bounds. They hurry to the line of scrimmage. Under a minute to play. Manning's got to throw this ball deep. Wasting time with motion. Victor Cruz. Cruz got to get out of bounds. He doesn't do it. Oh, boy, that's a freshman mistake. 32 seconds and counting. Again, they call for motion. Screens to Gifford. Gifford heading out of bounds. He gets out. 6 yards. 25 seconds left. You got to throw it up here, Eli. Eli throwing. Cruz out. Oh, he can't get out of bounds. That's going to end the football game. Can the Giants get one more playoff? It's academic. It doesn't matter. Eli padding his stats. He's going to throw it for the end zone. Incomplete. The Minnesota Vikings have won one of the most wild football games we have ever witnessed. Pete Gogolak is being curb stomped once again by Coach Parcells. Why, you ask? We'll tell you why in a moment. So the Vikings survive in one of the most wild tournament games, and we've had a few wild ones, but this is right up there with them. We've had a few wild ones in our history of pro strategy football. That's what makes this game tremendously fun. Minnesota Vikings 38, the New York Giants 26. I believe Richie L said Pete Gogolak cost the Giants. No, it was Bears Den 007. Pete Gogolak cost the Giants 11 points at the time. As Richie L 1991 says, crazy game. Fran Tarkenton, player of the game, 27-39, 1 interception, 310 yards, 3 touchdowns. He threw for 16 first downs. Let's just get to Pete Gogolak. Let's go to the stats. Let's go to the Giants. And let's go to kicker. Pete Gogolak, 0 for 3 on field goals. 2 for 4 on extra points. Now, the field goals were slightly out of his range, especially the first one. But he's 90% on extra points, and he missed 2. So that's wow. All right, now let's go back to Minnesota. Tarkenton, player of the game, we already gave you his stats. Culpepper came in when they had to help Tarkenton to the sidelines. He was limping off the field. They worked on his leg. He came back on and obviously finished strong. Culpepper 2 for 4. Thought he had a touchdown toss, but he came off the field with a penalty. Rushing for the Vikings. Peterson 14 for 65. 2 touchdowns on the ground. Receiving. Vikings. Peterson 7 for 68. Oh, he did not have a receiving touch. Oh, they took it off the board. Culpepper, that's right. Jordan, 7 for 58, a touchdown reception. Chris Carter, 4 for 54, a touchdown reception. And Stephon Diggs, 2 for 24 and a touchdown receptions. Chipping in also with 63 yards and 3 receptions, Anthony Carter. Randy Moss, 3 for 58. Sammy White, 1 for 11. Defense, Matt Blair, leading tackler with 8, 2 for loss, and he had 1 sack. Interceptions, Bobby Bryant had a pick. Chad Greenwald had a fumble recovery. Oh, and the other sack went to Chris Dolman for the Vikings. Their kicker actually could kick the ball. Walsh was 1 for 1 for field goals, 5 for 5 for extra points. Let's go to the Giants. We already know how horrific their kicker is. Let's go back to passing. Eli Manning, 24-37, 64%, almost 65%, 269 yards, 2 touchdowns, and a pick. Eli did not play that bad. Rushing. Tarkinen, 8 for 40. He was the leading rusher. Receiving. Chris Callaway, 5 for 99 yards and a touchdown. Odell Beckham Jr., 5 for 45. Frank Gifford out of the backfield, 4 for 18 and a touchdown. Defense. Again, when you have your defensive cornerback making the most tackles, you're in trouble. Dick Lynch, 11 tackles. Sam Huff, 10 tackles. Caused a fumble. He recovered it. Amel Tennell was... We're going to show you Amel Tennell, so don't go anywhere. He's incredible. Wow. 8 tackles and an interception. They did not sack Tarkinen, though they did hurry him. And we don't need to look at the kicker anymore, because he sucks. At least in this game. Let's go back. Let's go to the highlights. And let's just go to Amel Tennell. So after a Tarkinen 15-yard touchdown pass to Stephon Diggs, we had a 99-yard kick return by Amel Tennell. It was 28-6 at the time. It's a really fun aspect of the game. You can watch these marvelous highlights on touchdowns, and I think they're going to add to this. So there's Amel Tennell going coast to coast, as we like to say, like Space Ghost. Touchdown, Emlyn Tennell. Now, just when the Vikings thought, hey, we're in good shape, Bobby Bryant intercepted Eli Manning. The Giants' defense held, and the Vikings punted. So Kluwe punting from his end zone. Emlyn Tennell is back at it again. Deja vu all over again, this time on a punt. Unbelievable. The punter wanted nothing to do with him. Last man standing says, oops, I missed. Then, Emlyn Tennell picks off a Tarkinen pass. Had the Giants somehow won, I would have named him player of the game. There's the pick. So that's it. What a wild game. Vikings win 38-26. We had a lot of fun with it, right? You had to have fun. Pete Kogalak. Wow. Awful. All right, so there you have it. Vikings advance. What's our next game? Wow, we've had some wow. I think I like this Jets. I like this Jets San Diego Los Angeles Charger game. You have Joe Namath and Rivers. I like that one. Chicago Denver's interesting. Oakland, Baltimore, Indianapolis Colts. I'm leaning Jets Chargers for our next game, but I don't know. Let's see what's up here. Miami Buffalo's interesting. So obviously we'll have another game coming up in a couple of days or in the near future. But the game we witnessed tonight, and what a wild game it was. Where is it? Where are you? Where are you? There you are. Vikings 38, Giants 26. Pete Kogalak has been murdered in the locker room by Coach Parcells. Player of the game, Fran Tarkenton. I'd like to thank Bart Starr, Richie L. 1991, Bernard Strom Sports Replays. Check out his wonderful channel, Legends Sports Universe. Check out his wonderful channel. Wonderful member of the Pro Strategy football community, Gary Sorrell. Dan Burke, Bears Den 007. D. Scott Howard, the Goat Whisperer. Jim L., hope all is well. Cutter Historical, check out his wonderful channel. Random Human 19. The Admiral Clinton Parks. Midlife Crisis, Mark Jones. Greg Gurecki from the Great White North, he's happy with this Vikings victory, though he was worried probably at times. Beatles Eternally, thank you for stopping by. Check out his wonderful channel. And Uncle Dave Gardner, check out his wonderful channel, of course, Digital Dice with Ron Juckett on Spreaker or Spotify or wherever fine podcasts can be listened to. If you enjoyed the stream, and we always have fun with our streams, yes, sometimes I do a comedy stuff. If that's not your thing, move on. But we have fun, right? We call the game. And we've had some wild fun games with this set. So once again, thank you to Lee Biner. Tremendous job there. If you enjoyed the stream, hit that like button. If you have not subscribed and you want to, please do so and hit the bell for notification when we go live. And join the fun. Be a member of the FOC, friends of the channel, friends of the community. Check out all the other wonderful content creators in our community. Share, like, sub them, and enjoy. Stay safe, be smart, treat people the way you want to be treated. God bless. I love you all. Wow, what a game. Wild, woolly, and we don't know what happened to Pete Gogolak. He is MIA. Peace.